Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Walt in PA channel. As the name implies, my name is Walt, and you are taking a look at... This is Chester County, I believe. I can't remember whether we're in Chester or Montgomery County right now. I think it's Chester County. But we're riding around Chester County, Pennsylvania. Actually, we're just outside of Spring City. I was out doing I did a ride out to Sheeter Hall Covered Bridge. And there was a stop along the way, or sort of on the way home, that I wanted to check out. So, where I'm going. So, the other day I was just kind of aimlessly punching things into Google Maps to try to find local places to visit. Because at some point the whole covered bridge thing is going to get old if it hasn't already, and I don't want to. I don't want to be pigeonholed into being the guy that does the Pennsylvania covered bridges. There's nothing wrong with that, but I really like my channel to be a little more diverse and have more to offer than just looking at some local covered bridges. Again, not that there's anything wrong with it. I just want a little more variety. So I was kind of struggling to find some place that I could visit. You know, there are plenty of historical areas around. You know, they got the Daniel Boone Homestead out by Reading. There's, of course, the Reading Pagoda. There's William Penn Fire Tower, which is right down the street from the Reading Pagoda. There's the... go the other direction, there's St. Peter's Village, which is a pretty cool place. There is French Creek State Park. There's... Hopewell Furnace. I mean, like, the list of places to visit goes on and on. But these are all places that I've been to dozens of times before, and I wanted something a little bit different. So I started kind of panning around and looking, and I remembered, hey, Pennhurst Asylum is down in Spring City. Maybe I'll go check it out. So I did a little bit of research on it, and it wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be. Or it wasn't quite what I hoped it was going to be. I think the Pennhurst Asylum got national attention in the 80s for mistreating patients. It was, I forget what the name of the place was, but it was not politically correct. You know, it was something like the home for the feeble-minded and dyslexic or something along those lines. It kind of reminds me of there's a children's home in Reading. And before it was known as the Children's Home in Reading, like, I think the official name was something along the lines of the Reading Home for Unwanted Children. And so, you know, you got these old-timey names. But at any rate, Pennhurst, I guess, made headlines when it was discovered that they were just mistreating patients. They were kind of pitting fights with one another. Staff was abusing the patients themselves. And it was forced to shut down, I believe, in the late 80s. Now, when I was in high school, I want to say that wasn't that long ago, but the older I get, the farther away high school was. Pennhurst hadn't really been commercialized yet, and it was kind of this spooky place where you could drive your car and, like, check out. But since then, it has become pieced off. I think a large part of it is now a veterans hospital, and I think there was another piece that was set aside for some kind of landscaping or something, for mulching, or I don't know exactly, but only a piece of the original cluster of buildings was saved, and that's where they do the haunted attraction, which is kind of what the area is known for. Pennhurst Asylum, scary, I don't know what it's called. I just know that a lot of people flock there, and they spend a long time waiting in line to get inside just to get scared. And that's not my thing, never done it. No interest in doing it. I hate ghosts. You can't make me believe in them. I don't want to. So anyway, if none of it has been preserved, or maybe only just a little piece for commercial use, just to kind of print money, that would be a real shame. I'm not to say that the building should be wasted and unused, but there are just like little pieces of history I think are worthwhile to save, even if they are horrible in the way they were treating patients and stuff, because it just seems wrong to make to commercialize such a terrible thing, you know, make money off of pain and suffering. I don't know, maybe I just have a different take on it. Like I know that there was some uproar from people that had family that were there, and they see it as a way for people to make a buck. Pretty sure I already did this. I must have passed it, because now it's going to bring me, yep, now it's going to bring me back on a big loop around around the same. Basically, I just went in a giant circle. Right back there is where I turned the GPS on, and I think I started the video. So this whole this GPS thing is just weird to get used to. I'm so accustomed to having audio cues, you know, like, hey, turn here, that I'm just totally oblivious to when the screen shifts and it tells me to turn. I know my battery's on like its last leg. I'd hate for the video to die of me just doing laps around Spring City trying to find an old insane asylum. Alright, lap 2 through Spring City. Where does this thing have me going? What? Why does it have me spinning around? That is definitely not where the asylum is. Alright, I don't know where the GPS thinks I want to go, but it is not Pennhurst. Some damn ghosts. Funny story about ghosts. So, I spent a lot of time growing up at my grandmother's house. Now, this is a little confusing. I say my grandmother, she wasn't actually my grandmother. My mom's side of the family is a really big family. And as happens when you have a really big family, it usually stirs from people having kids when they were young. And my mom's side of the family was no exception there. So who I refer to as my grandmother was actually my great-grandmother. And she passed away when I was in my late teens. But up until then, I spent a lot of time at her house, and she was big into like supernatural and ghosts. And now I can remember being young, and I wouldn't want to go to bed. All right, my apologies. My battery died right in the middle of my story. I got 50% on this battery. Let's see if we can make it work. So, to get back to my story, you know what? I have no idea where this asylum is, but it better be worth it. All this back and forth. So, at any rate, back to my story. So when I was little, I'd be at my grandmother's house, and I wouldn't want to go to bed because, you know, her house was old and kind of spooky a little bit. And you know, she used to say like, well, what's wrong? Why don't you want to go to bed? She said, are you scared? I said, yeah, you know, it's creepy. She said, are you afraid of the ghosts? You know, when you say that to a kid, like, hey, are you afraid of the ghost? Like, matter-of-factly, just, hey, there are ghosts here. What, are you afraid of them? You know, I remember her freaking me out. And she's like, it's no big deal. If you see the ghost, you recite these words, and I don't remember what they were. And she'd say, like, oh, you know, and then the ghost has to say what they want. And then, you know, if it's your uncle, if it's your uncle so-and-so, tell him I said hi. You know, because she was all into that. And, you know, she wanted to see ghosts, and she believed that she did see ghosts, and they freaked me out, man. So, I think that's what set the stage when I was young for not being into horror or the supernatural. someone starts talking ghosts, I gotta plug my ears. I don't want to hear that stuff. I refuse to believe. Huh, this is interesting. When I read that that a portion of the facility was turned into a veteran center, I know there's a veteran center back there because I always see the signs for it when I leave a friend of mine's house. So I just assumed it was like back that way. Here, when this thing was trying to get me to turn on this road back here and go around the loop, it was actually trying to get me to go to where I needed to go after all. So this isn't at all what I thought it was, this isn't at all where I thought it was. It makes sense that the Pennhurst facility is on Pennhurst Road, which is right here. Which makes me wonder, because years ago I was in one of these buildings back here that was being renovated. I was working not far down the road, and one of the guys that I was working with knew someone that was doing renovations to one of these commercial buildings, and we met the guy for lunch. So, a little weird. May have been in one of these buildings without even knowing it. Okay, we got some old pilasters and stuff. Okay, now once we start getting back into here, I can see things opening up. This kind of makes sense now, where you've got different outbuildings for different things. I mean, I know there was like a custodial building, there was a building for people that were dyslexic, there was a building for people that were what they called feeble-minded at the time. So I can kind of see where things are spread out in different campuses. You know, for years I worked just down the road, and I had no idea that it was back here. So, what's up with that sign? Pennhurst parking. I don't know, man. Part of me says it's a good thing that they're using the building, you know, using the facility. But part of me hates that it's just a money printing machine for Halloween. Okay, Pennhurst Haunted Asylum should be up on the left. That should be the veterans place. Not a through street. I know. Looking at my GPS. Check website for dates. It's funny. Did like 4 laps around this place trying to find it, and here it was back here all along. Really? No, that can't be it. That's a garage. Not Pennhurst Haunted Garage. That'd be weird. That road down there looks pretty rough. We'll go down there anyway. Dodge potholes. I need to practice. Whoa. I don't need to practice bad enough that it crashed my bike doing it. So the GPS says Pennhurst Haunted Asylum is back behind me, not down this road. So I really don't know where I'm going here. Private property, unless this is no, it says Pennhurst parking down there, but private property, no trespassing. Well, that would suck if I can't get back there. Obviously I can't really go around that sign. Really shouldn't anyway, it's private property. And drive around this garage, maybe I can see it from back here. It'd be a hell of an uneventful video if I couldn't even see the building. I don't look like I'm gonna. It doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to see it from behind there with all the cloud cover, or crowd cover, the cloud cover, with all the trees and stuff. There's a building back there, but it looks like a house more like anything else. Alright, so the Pennhurst Haunted Asylum is supposed to be back that-a-way. There's a building there, which I suppose could be it or something. Old gas station. So this seems like it is going to be a terribly uneventful ride, because I need to get back in there according to my GPS. What I need is out that way, and the road's closed back there, so don't look like I'm gonna get back to it. Alright, so I was hoping to show you the Pennhurst Asylum. I wanted to check it out and see if it was totally commercialized, or if like there was any remnants of the old building left, because I'm into that thing. You know, I like seeing historic structures and things like that, and it would just kind of make me feel good to see, I don't know, an old building still there and not like torn down and turned into something new and fresh. There's a place for new construction and all that. And I'm not saying that, we should repurpose old buildings all the time, but certain ones, I don't know, maybe I think we should keep them around. Anyway, a very non-eventful video, and I think that's going to do it for this one. So, if you enjoyed me driving around, driving in circles in Spring City and talking about ghosts, you can click the subscribe button and check me out in future videos. If you really enjoyed the video, please click the bell notification so that you get updates when new videos are posted. And as always, ride safe, and I will catch you in the next one. Usually I like ride down the road and that's how I play out the video, but I'm like in a parking lot with some backcountry road. Like, how do I end this one? Unless I just like abruptly end it and show a ghost or something. Ghost.